is the beautiful Alicia Fox.
Spoke to you and said this, Bob, but my name's Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is. Loaded up with alcohol, more specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
3 ain't enough now, I need 5. Welcome in Jim, Ryan, Matt, Tim, and intern Mark.
And after tonight, none of you in this ring will ever be the same again.
Oh my goodness, what do we do? There's a 1, there's a 2. Oh, wow. Wow, indeed. Welcome to 3 Count Thursday, live here on our Facebook page. It is Thursday, May 30th, 2019. We are the podcast of the millennium. And this week we, of course, have tons to talk about, including everything is different, yet a lot is still the same. But first, our show is brought to you by Alicia's Pillows and Things. If you're decorating your home, you want it to reflect your taste and likes, so why not add decor that reflects your sports, movie, or TV fandom? Alicia's Pillows and Things is your hookup. They feature pillows of all sizes, stools, and more with your favorite teams and characters. Log on to NGSCSports.com. That's our home network. NGSCSports.com. Find the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage and place your order. The show is also brought to you by the Ultimate Sports Channel. It's the best free streaming channel of sports news, game winner selections, and special features brought to you on Roku TV. Do you, like 30 million others, have Roku? If not, it's a convenient and cost-effective way to watch TV. You can get tons of free streaming and featured channels. Visit Roku.com or pick up the remote system at Best Buy, Walmart, and many other retailers. Find this great channel by searching The Ultimate Sports Channel for the best free sports programming, or visit awesometvchannel.com to learn more details. How we doing this week, boys? Ryan, Tim, how we doing?
I'm great. If anybody wants to be a little butt nugget today, there's the door.
It's already look. Here's the deal. We do this pre-show, post-show thing.
I'm full of P&V
on Patreon. Patreon.com/3 Count Thursday. Here's the deal. $2. $2.
And you get to hear me be.
This week
is
probably the hottest.
If you need $2 to give to the Patreon, just hit me up. I'll Venmo you $2.
Seriously, this is the one. This is the one.
Podcast,
usually we have a lot of fun.
Podcast goals.
We came in firing, and it's we're not angry at each other.
Just angry.
It's just this was a hot one. This one was real, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.com.
Hit that applause button. Hit that applause
3
button.
Count Thursday.
That's how good it was.
Oh, I thought you meant the sound effect applause.
Hit the applause button.
I have an applause button somewhere. I lost it. It's gone. It's gone forever. I don't know. I'll probably find it in 5 minutes.
I think you meant the illuminated one.
Oh,
the light.
Oh, well,
that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm trying to get everybody to, hey,
look at us. We have props, folks.
Yeah, you good? I'm good. I ain't gonna be no butt.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine. But again, also head over to 3countthursday.com. That's our homepage. You can subscribe to us on all of our social medias. Check out our merchandise. Check out our collar and elbow brand deal and much more. Shows we're going to be at and all that stuff over to 3countthursday.com.
Baby!
BAE.
That was my last one from that NXT show a couple weeks ago.
There we go.
Good times.
That was great.
Raptors leading late in the first quarter.
Yes, let's go Raptors.
And Scotty says we're still better than Bruce Pritchard. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Some indie shows this weekend on the calendar. Starting tomorrow night, it is the Reggie Rivers King of Maryland tournament brought to you from Adrenaline Wrestling. That is tomorrow night in Halethorpe, Maryland. Doors at 7. Bell time is at 8. Then on Saturday, Adrenaline and Mid-Atlantic Wrestling bring you Night of Legends. That is in Vernon, PA, Saturday night. Doors at 7. Bell time is at 8. GCW Tournament of Survival 4. That is Saturday night in Atlantic City, New Jersey at 7:30 p.m. bell time. And then here locally, CCW Caged is Saturday night at the Marysville Lions Club, Marysville, Pennsylvania. Doors 6:30, bell time at 7 p.m.
Can I give you some props for just manhandling Reggie Rivers' King of Maryland tournament?
You look, I may not be a pro.
You crushed it, dude.
He did.
I may not be a pro every week, but when I am a pro, I fucking hit it.
You crushed it.
I fucking hit
I'm
it.
so proud of you.
Yeah, this is a dinger derby, and you crushed one.
I feel like
Man.
I would have wanted to put Prodigy in somewhere into there, and I would have stumbled over that. But
Prodigy.
you
just
hit a home run.
Bam!
Jim.
I just went right to
Bat
it.
flip.
I just went
Best
right
case
to it.
scenario, you laid a bunt down and you legged it out.
I legged something out.
You're right. The home
Let's
run's
be
more
honest. Yeah, I hit it out
more,
of the fucking park.
more
man.
believable.
It was like a soft pitch home run. You just hit it out, and you don't even have to run the bases.
Yeah, Scotty, we're good,
Dingers.
man. Appreciate the concern. Scotty, originally from this area, now out in the western part of the country, out near Seattle. There was a lot of bad weather the last few days. There's been like multiple tornadoes in this area.
Prayers to Dayton, Ohio.
Oh my God!
I have
Prayers
a-
to everywhere, dude.
I have a buddy of mine who's from Dayton originally, and like 3 blocks away from his growing up house was just demolished. So and
Dude, it's been bad news,
He's
man.
the second dude I know that lives in a town that was wrecked by tornadoes. I have a buddy of mine, one of my good close personal friends, Josh. He lives in Joplin, Missouri.
Oh yeah,
That was just
dude. It's
ramrodded by a tornado, like
Just fisted.
just up all in the goop and just
we got a correction for the CCW show on Saturday. Doors at 5, or I don't know how you're gonna do doors. It's an outdoor show, so start showing up at 5. The bell time, first bell is at 6 p.m., but it's still at the Marysville Lions Club. And the weather's supposed to be awesome.
Wear your sunscreen, cause like one thing I love about the time right now, I was looking at my phone, looking at the weather, and of course on the weather app they also have sunrise and sunset.
Yes.
Bruh, we had like 11 hours of sun today.
Oh yeah, it's
Like, the
it's
sun
hard to
comes-
see daylight for a lot.
The
It's
sun
hard
came,
to see out of the studio windows because we have three count
We
posters
do have 3
blocking
count
them.
poster hanging up there.
But like the sun comes up at like 5:30, 6:30.
Wonderful.
And then stays out till like 8:30.
oh, it's
So
awesome.
nice.
And we have like
It's almost like it's becoming summer, Tim.
we have like
This is
3
summertime in
we-
Pennsylvania.
Summer Tim.
Summer
Summer
Tim.
Tim.
Summer Tim.
And man, and
As Bret Hart.
intern Mark sent in his picks because
Summer Tim.
his lovely daughter Lauren
Oh, my goodness.
is graduating high school tonight.
Yes.
Dude, like when we started doing like the stuff with LCW, I remember like he brought the kids
Little Lauren.
and it's awesome. So congratulations, Lauren,
Lauren.
for graduating.
You've come a
high
long
school
way,
tonight.
baby.
So no intern Mark.
I think she
joining
was
us.
really impressed with seeing at LCW people like Jordan Grace and Mandy Leone.
Yes,
like,
very
be
much.
strong, empowered. Speaking of Mandy Leone,
Hey,
did
hey,
anybody catch the picture that she dropped on the
I saw it.
Yikers?
Look, man. We're all positive here until we're not, okay?
Hey, I'm being very positive.
Positive was a bad luck.
I mean, maybe a little over positive,
Overdone.
a little bit.
Like the opposite of what Monday Night Raw used to be. You know how Monday Night Raw was uncooked, uncorked, and uncensored? That was overcooked.
Oh
Jesus Christ, Tim.
Just
Not sweet Mandy Leone.
That is
just little. Stayed in the oven a little too long there, hon.
if you're following along on the
Tim's
live
they
video.
ju-
keep
Yeah,
us-
we gotta wave. All right,
We gotta wait. That's a positive side.
We're building
if you're
bridges.
following along
Hello,
the live
sir.
video, give it a like, give it a share. We'd appreciate
Yeah,
that.
do that.
I think I threw up one of those watch party things.
Don't throw up.
I
We've had a sound effect for that.
well, that wasn't much of a.
Look up Murloc. Like whenever you have a on the soundboard,
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a Murloc.
Is that an ER?
Merlo.
Isn't that a Chikara wrestler?
He is, but
As
it's
well?
also from. Let me see if this
Tagged
is
with
It says
Oceana.
Hammerlock. That's all it says.
No, that's not it.
What does
It's the
Hammerlock
only one
do?
that comes up, man.
Let's play it. Fuck it.
What's this?
A pleasure to meet you, Vault Hunter. I am Sir Hammerlock.
I don't think that's what you were
That's
looking
not
for.
it.
Well, that's the only one that comes up when I search Murloc. So if it's something you uploaded, if you didn't make it public,
I didn't upload it.
What a bum.
But yeah, we'll make sure you give it a like, give it a share. Yeah, Scotty loves the boombox Brock. I do as well.
I don't know if that's a hot take. I think anything with Brock and giving him some sort of gimmick is going to be great right now.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. But
And I'm not trying to crap on a hot take. I just think most people are like, oh, finally something different.
yeah, and I think that's the big key when it comes to that. Is it is obviously just very different than what he has been for a very long time. So that is a
I love
bit
that he
refreshing.
corrected Paul Heyman
Oh yeah, about the
twice when he was playing the guitar. He kind of stopped him, and then
about the
and
one
then about the
1 year
thing.
the 1 year
I have a
thing.
year? I knew that was coming.
And you know what? Like, and obviously we'll talk about Raw in a little bit because there's actually surprisingly this week a lot of things outside of the world of WWE to talk about.
There definitely is.
But I saw somebody say today they're like, oh, that whole thing with Brock not knowing that the contract was only for a year, that doesn't even make sense. I'm like, that makes perfect sense.
Why would
Brock
Brock ever
Lesnar
care?
know that it's only a year?
Right.
Because the only times he's been around, he's held the freaking title. So why would he need to know that? And two, he's never won a briefcase before. So why would he need to know that it's only a year?
Right.
See, and I don't think it's the fact that it's only a year. I think that he thinks he's under the impression that he has to use it immediately. So when he was like, yo, I'm about to pick my person, and then Paul's reading the contract and goes, my client has 1 year, and he's like, I have a year?
Yeah.
Give me this. And he reads it, and then he just
Right, corrects him.
Or he smacks him around.
Right.
he's like, and then he goes, I have a year.
Look.
Screw you, and I'm out.
So like I said, yeah, that's just a convenient way to get Lesnar off TV for a while.
Probably.
Which is fine. Totally fine.
Or WWE presents. Is that tonight? Or no, that's not. That's next week.
Yeah, Sands at Times, not this week. It's
Would
next
you be
week.
serious? It is a WrestleMania caliber event.
They've changed that, thankfully. They've
No.
said it this way now. Right.
Yeah, it used to be this event is as big as WrestleMania.
As big of could be bigger.
Okay,
Right.
well, it's more valuable than WrestleMania. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean it's 100. It's net profit.
Right, it is 100% more valuable to them than WrestleMania. Let's get Matt in here on the line as we continue to jabber around. Matty, how you doing, bud?
Doing well. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
I'm
doing
dying.
Good. Tim's dying.
Are we going to talk about anything this week wrestling related, do you think?
It's a good possibility.
Okay.
It's a good possibility.
All right. I was just curious.
That we're going to talk
There's
about
so much to
wrestling.
talk about.
There
I'm
is.
so excited.
Like, this is a good week, and I feel like this is a week where we're probably going to have some differing opinions.
Oh yeah, we are.
We're going to have some differing opinions this week, and that's okay.
Right. I also heard we're going to be joined by a special guest. Maybe the guy that presented the AEW championship. He might be on one of our mics.
The British comedian?
No, to presented the championship.
Just so everybody knows, I feel okay.
How are you?
I fell down the stairs.
Did you hurt your hip?
I hurt my hip real bad.
Oh, come on.
What did you put on that hip? Did you put ice?
Icy hot.
Icy hot.
Oh, the old icy hot on the hip.
Is that the Canadian type? It's a little bit stronger. It has lidocaine in it.
It's got a little bit of lidocaine in it. I took it out of my dad's stew, his medicine cabinet.
Your dad's stool?
Stew.
Oh, stew.
Just stool.
Stew. Not stool.
You degenerate.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Brett, I'm glad to hear that you're okay. Beautiful championship.
I also didn't know where the hard cam was.
That's true.
So
tried-
let's
I
hit
tried
that
to
right away.
I
because
tried to
feel
present the title.
I feel like the title is going to be a point of discussion in and of itself.
Hey guys, I want to show you this John Cena doll. I hope you guys on the podcast can see this. What?
Hold on. Pass it by real quick.
Hey,
And
what's
there
up?
it is. Thanks, Brett.
I don't know that it was necessarily Brett's fault.
Oh, Scott wants to know, Brett, did you use any Uzi Hot?
No, my balls are fine.
Got it.
Jeez.
Also, I'm a genie. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I'm a better genie than
Will Smith?
but not as good as Robin Williams.
Well, yeah, I mean, nobody's as good as Robin
Amen.
Williams. Let's be honest.
Brett,
Okay, so
Brett, thank you for joining us this week.
Anytime.
Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that.
I love you too, Jim.
Let's.
Oh, well, there you go, Jim.
Well, that's good.
He doesn't love me back.
No
F you,
selling-
buddy.
No selling the love from Bret Hart.
I just get very lost sometimes.
He's not used to words of affirmation.
Yeah.
He's like, love me?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Like it's.
Oh my God.
I just get very confused when there's adoration.
What's this feeling?
So let's talk about the AEW, because obviously we're going to talk about Double or Nothing. We're going to talk about
Double Down.
we're going to talk about the Jericho podcast with Moxley. But
Jericho released a podcast with John Moxley.
you didn't.
I'd never know that.
Jeez.
Before we get into
Meanwhile,
that,
I did a Wrestle War podcast.
Before we get into AEW, I do want to wish Big Dick Devin a very happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Devin.
Yeah, happy birthday. May your dick be bigger.
Is the podcast over? I think it might be over.
That's it.
May it grow forever long. May it
Imagine
touch the
trying-
I don't know
ground
what
this year.
you wish people on their birthday, Jim, but I typically wish that their dicks be bigger, so I think that's a
Can
fair
you imagine refereeing and like
sentiment.
1, 2.
He
Was
doesn't
that
need
a one
arms.
count or that was the dick?
Doesn't need arms.
1, got it. Doesn't need arms. He just counts with a trunk.
It's got an elbow.
I mean, the one count does start when he like slides down, because you do hear that first thud of like the third arm slapping onto the
It's like
mat.
a brick.
So.
It's like a loaded Gucci bag.
I feel like I need like
Yeah,
a thud
that's
sound
it.
effect.
Like a loaded
Because
Gucci
like we
bag.
talk about, for some reason we talk about big dicks on this show, probably more than we
Not mine.
should.
Not mine.
Did you what did you search for on the sound bar? Big dick or brick sound?
I did thud.
Oh, thud.
Dull thud.
Let's check it. Nope, not enough.
No. Z thud.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
That might be it.
No,
Nope,
it's
still
too
going.
long.
That's way too long.
I feel like this is the obvious evolution for the show. I mean, for a while, I think we always talked about Cesaro's huge nipples. Now we're talking about big dicks. I
They
mean,
were huge.
Just it all makes
I believe they're
sense.
still huge. Like I don't know that he got like
A nipple reduction.
Is that even a thing? That may not even
Well,
be
the
a
Rock,
thing.
the Rock got a titty job.
I don't think it was his nipples as much as it was. Never mind, we're getting way too into.
No, I'm
Cesaro's
pretty
chest.
sure it was the nipple. Because if I remember, like when we talked to Felicia Rose, like you brought up Cesaro's nipples, and then you just got her all distracted, like thinking about
Naturally.
his nipples. Which I mean, it happens to all of us. So, all right, let's talk about the AEW World Championship belt, because it is a belt.
It's a belt. They want to say.
They want us to.
They
say
want to
belt.
say belt, and I'm going to respectfully decline. That's a championship.
Right. It's not a belt. A belt is a thing I don't wear very often.
I'm not wearing a belt right now.
No, I'm not wearing a belt. I'm wearing Zubas right now.
I got these nice, unbranded.
I'm not gonna lie. For the first time, I just threw a pair of shorts on. I don't have a belt on,
Man.
and I always wear a belt.
You wanna,
Always.
You want to know what grinds my gears?
Let's hear it.
Let's go
when
on, Dave.
when people or men wear pants and they tuck in their shirts and there's no belt.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Pisses me.
Have some respect for yourself.
Hola, Dave.
But yeah, so they want they do want you to use the word belt. I don't like it.
Like
Kind of
Orion's belt.
What do you think about the design of the AEW Championship belt?
American IWGP title.
I thought it felt very like UFC-ish.
Okay.
Have you
It's
seen?
very blingy.
Have
I
you
don't know.
seen
Not the
the
new UFC.
that play school belt?
Dude, that new
No,
UFC
the UFC
belt
one's
is
trash.
flaming garbage.
It looks soft. It
Yeah.
looks like a foam belt.
It probably
It
is.
might be. It might be.
Dana White's on hard times.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't have that Rousey and Brock money anymore.
Hi, Sherry.
It's a fine wrestling championship
It's gonna look great on somebody. So
on Chris Jericho. Go ahead and
On
say
It
it.
looks important.
on Being the Elite, they did another displaying of the title because I did a really poor job of doing it on Double Down, And
it was a production mistake.
It was a Bret Hart mistake. He didn't turn and look at hard cam.
Okay, like he gets lost sometimes, man.
Okay.
Like it just happens. Okay.
Yes, but they represented it on Being the Elite, and after they presented it, Nick Jackson wore the title. He's the first person to ever wear the title, and that title looks absolutely fabulous.
So when he wears it around his waist, then it would be a belt. Because that's where you would wear a belt.
But a belt holds pants up. Yeah.
It's a championship.
So then a championship is never a belt.
Correct. Well, how big are your belt loops?
Did somebody say loops?
But if you're wearing trunks or tights,
yes,
there's no need for a belt.
It is a
unless you're Sean Carr.
It is a championship belt.
Because it's worn around the waist.
Well, no, that's the fashion of it.
That's the proper name.
It is a championship. It's a title belt.
Right. It can be a title belt. It can be a championship belt. It can be a championship, but it can't be a belt.
Because a belt is generic.
Then why can't it be a championship cummerbund?
Because cummerbunds have slats in them, so when you eat food, they get stuck in the cummerbund.
You're wearing your cummerbund upside down. The slat should go down.
No, the slats are supposed to go up.
No fucking way.
Yes, the slats go up, sir. Look it up. Cummerbund slats go up.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Like reverse siding on a house.
Reverse siding. So when you eat food, it goes into the pouches.
I don't believe that's the reason.
Are you sure about that?
I don't believe you.
I think you need to look it up.
Tim is 100% correct.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like we all wear the cummerbund upside down at your wedding, Jim. Sorry. And nobody corrected us.
Vests.
Did we have
They
vests?
did that on
cummerbunds?
purpose.
I had a cummerbund and a vest.
Are you serious?
I don't know.
No,
Maybe they
we
did.
had vests. I
Did
know
have
we had vests.
They were purple.
Cummerbund?
They were definitely vests.
Yeah, they were purple.
Yeah, I was in chorus for like 50 years. I should know how to wear a cummerbund.
What's that number?
50.
11.
50 time.
Got it.
Okay, that's
All right.
That's a new number.
It's a long time. Many moons.
Matt, what did you think of the championship?
A little busy. It's fine. Like I wouldn't put it in like the top 5 favorite belts I've ever seen, just because there seemed to be so much going on. I think I said to the group chat, it was like one of those really gaudy engagement rings. Like it's you could tell it's expensive, but
You
it's
went to
just
Jared.
overboard.
Yeah,
Every kiss begins with AEW.
I immediately my first thought, because you only got a quick look at it, when I actually got a better look at the belt, the championship, excuse me, sorry, I'm getting mixed up, is that it just, to me, it looked like a New Japan title with the letters AEW on it, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that was just, that's what I thought of it. And again,
So now I'm going to sidebar. Real quick, gun to your head. The best looking title you've ever seen. Go.
Winged Eagle,
Easy.
The Winged Eagle.
Absolutely.
without a doubt, for me.
No, literally no question.
The 1992, the 1993 WCW title. The one that Ron Simmons won.
That is a good one.
Really?
That's my favorite
Okay.
title of all time.
Okay.
Now, is that because that's your childhood belt?
No, I just, to this day, I think that belt stands up. That takes the Pepsi Challenge.
Okay. Matt, what about you?
I for some reason I'm always kind of drawn to the Ring of Honor Television Championship, but I do like the Winged Eagle a lot.
The new TV title?
No, like the original one.
The one that had like the actual television on it.
Yes. That
Okay.
one.
Wow. Okay.
Like it was like a blue colored belt, or the main plate was blue and had a television on it. That was the Eddie Edwards title.
Jordan
Correct.
says the big gold from WCW. Scotty says the Smoking Skull belt
Interesting.
is his favorite.
Yeah,
I
that
did
was-
like.
I didn't think
that
there was
too.
ever going to be a wrong answer in here, but there was one.
Oh, come on!
I'm kidding, Scotty.
Come on!
Not like you
kidding.
said the ECW TV championship or anything.
or the 24/7 title.
Yeah, the 24/7 title. I'm loving it every day.
I'm totally fine. I'm with the 24/7 title.
I defended it for 24 hours. Now I got to defend it for 7 more. Now I got this European title. We're gonna.
Yeah, the Winged Eagle. Although I think like WWE did a photo shoot. I think it was last year or maybe the year before with current superstars with some of the older titles, and it's amazing how. I don't like maybe just because the titles since then have been bigger. Like the Winged Eagle just looks small.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns with the title, the Winged Eagle looked amazing.
That championship is so great.
Devin's got the WWE championship. Is that the Rock belt? Is that the one you're talking about?
2013 to 2014 would be is this title, but with the scratch logo.
Yeah, so the
Rock's the Rock unveiled.
The Rock's title.
See, I think the current version, the new logo fits that title a lot better than the scratch logo.
I agree.
Because with the scratch logo, you had to have that like the big ass champion along the bottom, and it didn't come across to me that great. Now I love the look of this title now.
I like the Big Eagle as well, which is similar to like the Winged Eagle,
and
just on a bigger plate.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger belt.
The Arnold belt.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah,
one.
that one's a good one. I even like the Undisputed title.
Is that the one that Brock had?
Yeah, the one that they had to make bigger for Brock. Because Triple H won it first, then Hogan won it. Then Taker won it, then Hogan won it.
That one.
And then when
you had that, didn't you?
I used to own that one.
Yeah.
And then when Brock,
who was the first person that had that title?
Triple H.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because he was dual champion.
He won the 2 belts from Jericho, and then they made the new one.
Yep.
But yeah, when Brock won it, because the original plate was, I think, only 10 inches. So when Brock won it, it looked like a belt for Brock. So they then made it. I think they went to like 13 or 14.
Hello,
inches.
Charlie. Thank you for checking in.
Hello, Charles.
Yeah, I hope you had a nice vacation.
A too sweet vacation, brother.
I see what you did there.
Oh yeah, Scotty. If somebody would have said the spinner belt, I probably would have like deleted them off.
Eddie did have that WWE title. That was the one he beat Brock for.
Yes, that was the bigger version.
The Spinner Championship, the Cena Spinner Championship, is significantly better than the Cena U.S. Spinning Championship.
100% agree. And here's the thing, like
neither were great.
When John Cena was WWE champion, as much as I didn't like the belt,
that was his.
That was his smoking skull belt. The minute he lost it, it should have went away. There shouldn't have been a rated R version.
They fixed the.
Punk never should have had that. Miz never should have had that. Edge should have never had his own version.
Well, so I remember when
that Edge version.
I remember when Rob Van Dam won the title back at One Night Stand 2006,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the ECW title on one arm and the WWE title on the other. And Paul Heyman basically was like, "Hey, are you going to get rid of that other one?" He goes, "No, I'm going to keep it." And Paul was like, "Why?" And he goes, "I like it. It spins." And he just
it spins.
And
then he got busted for weed with Sabu.
And then when Miz won it, he
turned the M upset,
he
turned the
turned
W,
and locked it.
He put the M on the right side and then locked it.
And then he locked it. So Charlie said, I do love the Daniel Bryan belt, by the way, Frank. Absolutely. Charlie asks, he's about to watch Double or Nothing. Quick poll, thumbs up, thumbs down. Definite thumbs up.
Two
big thumbs up. Matt, how about you? 2 thumbs up?
Yeah, 2 for sure.
All right. So Charlie, it's probably time that you
Good spoiler
turn the
alert.
feed off.
Bye, Charlie.
It's about to get spoiled.
We're about to do it.
Bret Hart fell off the stage.
Pharaoh's the AEW champion.
I couldn't hold it in. I'm sorry.
Iron Man dies.
That's also true. Iron Man's dead as shit.
Sheamus showed up.
Thanks, Black Widow.
All right, so let's dig into it. Let's dig into the best pay-per-view that pay-per-view ever pay-per-viewed.
Bruce Willis, still dead.
Still dead.
He died hard and harder again. And
I see that.
First off,
what if we're all dead?
It was a good ride, folks.
Oh shit.
911, what's your emergency? We're
Speaking
all dead.
21 seasons next year for Law and Order SVU.
SVU,
that's fantastic.
SVU?
Absolutely.
That's SCU. Close.
SVU.
Close.
Pre-show, you had Adam Page, of course, winning the Casino Battle Royale.
Somebody might have said that.
You did.
You
You did say that. And Kip Sabian defeating Sammy Guevara.
Really good match.
Yeah, real
That
good
was
match.
a good match.
The
I
pre-show
enjoyed
was a
that.
lot of fun. Sans commentary.
All right.
Alex Marvez needs to go away.
Can we get this out of the way?
Let's
right
get it out of the
now?
way.
Okay,
Let's get it out of the way.
Because this entire event,
That was the worst part of the entire show. Was commentary.
Alex Marvez, I'm pretty sure, is a hire because of Tony Khan.
100% agree.
He is
Because he's an NFL writer.
He's an NFL beat writer. He does nothing for him. He's uninspired.
That's correct, Tim.
He is absolutely just bland.
Oh, he's boring.
And the
boring
one time,
AF.
and the one
Tell
time
us
that
more of
Jim
your
Ross,
opinion.
the one time that Jim Ross pitched to him, I was like, "Now, guys, I'm lost. Can somebody help me?" And Alex Marvez goes, "I've got it right here, Jim. Let me look at my sheet. Things are very personal between Cody and Dustin." Like, oh yeah, personal business. Let's go to the video.
Rough.
Yeah, woof.
Like, here's the thing. I listened.
He looked miserable too. Like he did not look like he was having a good time.
Yeah, he's like, this isn't football.
Like I don't know if he's not a wrestling
Where's
fan.
the pigskin?
But he just did. He did not sound like he enjoyed it at all.
No. So
Yeah, meanwhile, Tony Schiavone in the crowd.
yeah, Schiavone right there, front row. Put a headset on.
I didn't love JR in this role because I feel like he didn't do the work to know what to talk about. He hit his high points that he would have always hit, whether it was WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, or AEW. Hit those, and then that was it.
I felt like some of the problem there was between Marvez and JR. Nobody knew who to call the match. Like, I felt like they were kind of stepping on each other.
It was first time commentary woes. Like even with the first time I joined the podcast full time.
Yeah, you're right.
You're not wrong. It takes a while for us to build a rapport with each other, know when somebody's going to jump in, when somebody's going to lay out. Remembering to pitch to Matt on the phone, like
I do forget about Matt sometimes on the phone.
It's tough, and like
it happens.
Yeah, and the same thing with on commentary. Like when we do commentary for our various promotions, you at Atomic, me at Excellence, and when we don't end up having the same commentary partner, like if we have to switch dance partners in randomly. The rapport's not there. Like my brand of commentary is a little bit different than somebody else's. I like to lay out a little bit more, and so I'd like to tell little stories. I don't call everything.
Sure,
that's the way I am.
So I try to give backstory. I try to tell a little bit more, and I don't call every move. And I'm not trying to fill every nook and cranny with words because sometimes the action is the words you need.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing too. Is the way I kind of look at it, and the way I kind of go about it is, like if you watch hockey versus listen to hockey on the radio. If you listen to hockey on the radio, the guy doing that call has to paint the picture.
Right.
The picture's already painted. If you're watching on TV.
Yes.
Like. I get it. Like, you kind of gotta help maybe steer the road a little bit,
right?
But you don't need to. For me, you don't need to drop every single move, every single thing that's happening. Like, there can be some discussion. Like,
so there's room for improvement for the team, but also during the duration of now, I'm going to say this one time for all the IWC to listen. During the duration of this 5-hour event, the commentary team got better.
They did.
Alex had stopped talking and just let JR and Excalibur do it.
The pre-show was tough because it was only Marvez and Excalibur. Once JR came in, they had to lay out more because JR was the captain now.
Correct.
And
now you've commentated though by yourself.
I have done commentary by myself.
Oof.
Yes.
Do you typically do that? Because I feel like somebody that calls and paints is somebody that can call by themselves.
So
it doesn't rely on that extra color.
Yeah,
coming in.
I absolutely can. It's not so. The last time I did it, I was also very sick, and so it was
never good.
It was very tough on the larynx and the pharynx and all the pharynxes, because Annie Lennox was tough too, and it was just thank you in advance, and it was just it's tough, and it's a different type of ride. You have to play both sides of the hat, and like. By no means am I saying it's so easy. Like
I'm never saying it is.
It's tough. It's really tough. It's harder to go by yourself.
Sure. I'm sure.
And it's harder with the more like to me, a commentary booth, 2 men is great, 3 men is okay. And then like I would prefer a 2-person booth over a 3 and a 1.
I just think we're so used to hearing a 3-person booth with Raw and SmackDown, and you expect somebody to call the action and then a heel and a face.
Yes.
You know, somebody should have like stepped up to that Corey Graves spot, and nobody did it. And maybe you don't have to do that. Maybe you can probably just have honest color and somebody calling.
I don't think I don't think like, necessarily having to have a heel and a heel commentator, a face commentator.
Yeah, I think that's very blasé.
It is because
in 2019.
Because there's too many times, and I know we've talked about it just when we watch WWE's product. Is some like again, you don't have to paint the entire picture, but when you just have 2 people arguing and one guy going,
"Shut up, Saxton,"
one guy going, you know, this match sponsored by Burger King. Like it's not a great commentary work there as well. So
but you got to get those ads in.
You do, but there has to be some form of balance somewhere. Right. I listened to Jim Cornette's review of the show. There was some things that he was just Jim Cornetting all over the place.
Cornette's gonna Cornette, man.
Right, but there was a few things, especially about the commentary, that I agreed with him on. Is like he wasn't the biggest fan of it, but the thing he said is that nobody gave like a reason. If you didn't know who Excalibur was, nobody gave a reason why there's a guy in a mask on commentary.
That's actually a solid point.
You know what I mean?
But you don't need just like why does Jim Ross wear a hat?
Why was Jerry the king?
But if you don't know that, if you don't know Jim Ross is from Oklahoma,
I think you can hear that in his voice though.
Well,
this is a Southern boy.
And when they introduced him, they played the Oklahoma
Boomer Sumer.
Yeah, Boomer Sumer.
Yeah, like
where'd that come from?
Like the Egyptian.
That's how they announced him on Saturday.
Boomer Sumer. Oh, I missed that.
That was Alex Marvez for the record.
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
Football guy, Alex Marvez.
Boomer Sumer.
Boomer Sumer.
Boomer Sumer. Boomer Sumer.
I didn't know that.
But you know what I mean? Like they're playing him out to the Oklahoma fight song. So like there at least you got to.
And I want to address something that's coming up in the chat, and I'd be remiss if we didn't speak to those that will listen to us on demand. We're live every Thursday, 9:30 to 11:30 on Facebook.com/3CountThursday. So if you normally catch us on demand, we're live for you. And if you're live and you miss,
hey, we're live, pal.
Subscribe to the podcast on all of your podcatchers. And if you miss it, you can always come back and keep the conversation going on social media. With that said, a lot of commentary in the chat feed is talking about how Jim Ross looked lost. Jim Ross is better in his prime. The one thing Jim Ross did very well,
Moxley,
is his moments. Period.
Yes,
like Jim Ross is a moments commentator, and professional wrestling, sports entertainment is not necessarily about the moves. It's about the moments that are created.
Right.
And Jim Ross,
a great
for my money, will give me a moment better than anyone else, and every dollar that he earned could be attributed to Jon Moxley's debut to AEW.
Can you find that clip? Is that around? I just want to, because I feel like Excalibur did more than JR actually did in that moment.
See, to me, like,
because I feel like Alex was like Moxley.
Yeah, and it was it was rubbish. Like,
But I feel like it was Excalibur more than it was JR, and I might just be remembering it wrong.
I think they all laid out and they were like, all right, JR's gonna work some Stone Cold magic here. The Outlaws here.
Hey! Whoa! What the hell? Good God Almighty, the roof just came off. John Moxley.
If he wasn't that Excalibur, I said John
I don't
Moxley.
think he's here to say thanks.
That was Marvez for his 3 cents.
John Moxley
Give me the call, JR.
has deployed on this squared
Okay,
circle
all right.
at the MGM Grand Garden Arena
After the first dirty
with a
deeds.
twinkle in his eye, and Jericho is pissed.
The first dirty deeds.
The thunder and the lightning of John Moxley leaving his mark. Good God Almighty, the referee's down.
Okay.
Like, that's what Jim Ross is paid for.
I literally just must have remembered the fact that it was Excalibur that said John Moxley first.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it was.
Literally, it's this
Great
is,
reaction, great pop.
and not an oversell.
That's,
Like,
I agree.
instead of just screaming "Mamma Mia" or "Oh my God" or
What a
whatever,
manu.
That's coming in 2 days.
I'm so glad I'm going to be there live and I don't have to listen to refrain my nickname for Mauro Ranallo. That's a Patreon. You pay $2
I
to
didn't know
get
you
that
had a
one.
nickname for him.
I do.
That's
Let me go back a couple bit here.
Let me write it down for
Jordan,
you. You
Jordan
might
says,
get
can we
some
please
points for
praise
me.
Michael Cole not being part of it?
What do you want?
When Michael Cole can call a match, Michael Cole is one of the best in the business. And I have said this time and time again that that you know, like when like go watch it was the UK tournament.
Yeah, he was great.
Michael Cole's great at calling a match.
See,
Don't let the overproduction of WWE sour you on Michael Cole.
Michael Cole is the greatest train conductor WWE has ever had.
You're gonna miss Michael Cole when he's gone.
He is
I'm
on.
gonna say that right now.
He is on the beats because he's the only person that can go. This show is this match is brought to you by Burger King. Boss time,
Right.
Like that. Like,
yeah, I
I
agree.
hate it. I hate him.
I hate it so much,
But
it has to be.
It's like in Anchorman where Ron Burgundy is on the ladder and Wes Mantooth, Vince Vaughn's character, walks over to him and he grabs the ladder and he goes, "I hate you with every fiber in my being, but damn it, do I respect you."
Yeah.
And you grab him and you pull him up.
Pull him up. You save him. Jordan says, would Renee Young ever join AEW since Moxley's there?
That's a hard yes.
Yeah, and I don't know when her contract is up, but there's obviously more than a real good chance that she ends up there.
Real good.
Yeah.
But she's gonna go out the same way John did.
Yeah, 100%.
She's gonna play out her contract, and then she's gonna show up with no hurt feelings.
Let's
That's
get on
what
that after
professionals do.
get on that after the pay-per-view.
Yeah, let's go. I mean,
because there's a lot to talk about there too, and I
Sure
don't
is.
want to just skim over that.
We're not going to go match for match. You know, just
And I could.
we could, but we don't have 5 hours. But
Sassafras.
Sassafras.
How long was WrestleMania, by the way?
It was only like 2 hours longer.
Okay.
Guys, hit like and share for us real quick. I just want to get all your friends in here because it's not often that we get to talk about things outside of the WWE, and it's exciting to do this.
Raptors up by 10 at halftime.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go. We the North.
Is that fun, Matt? Is that better for you, or do you want Golden State to win, or are you indifferent?
No, I'm pulling for Golden State.
Fair. That's fair.
Where's that hang up button?
Oh no, he used to be a receiver for the Eagles, right?
What?
Golden State.
The Golden
No,
State Eagles.
I think he's with the Giants now.
He used to be. I know he's not with the Eagles anymore.
He went to college in Notre Dame.
Well, that was Golden Taint.
Yeah, that was Golden Taint.
Like Twisted
That was his brother.
Tate.
Yeah.
Twisted
Twisted
Tate's
Tate.
brother, Golden Tate.
Tim, are you a Raptors fan?
I have ties with Toronto. I don't have a team, but I firmly believe Kawhi Leonard's the best player in the NBA right now. And so I want to see Kawhi Leonard take the entire country of Canada and Drake and just carry them to an NBA championship, because I feel like the NBA offseason will be so much better with Kawhi coming in as an assassin, winning the title or winning the championship for Toronto, and then possibly going to LA or wherever the F else he's going to go.
Gotcha.
I like my good off seasons.
Oh.
Back to AEW.
Back to AEW.
There it was. I could have been more lost in a sports conversation.
Great card.
Top to bottom, it was built well. It was laid out well.
It was booked well.
Great job. Everything.
It was booked flawlessly if you take away the belt unveiling.
And except for the fact that they put the women in the death spot. Historically, the second match on the card is known as the death spot,
right?
Because it follows the hot opener.
And
it takes you into the next match.
That's one of the reasons, if you listen to Talk is Jericho this week, why Jericho knew he was done with WWE when his contract was up,
because put him
KO
and
match,
Owens.
The hot feud was on in the death spot
in second.
Yeah, and fair.
If you guys are AEW and you were booking the show, you are okay with SCU versus a relatively unknown tag team to many North American fans?
Yes.
Okay, and just let the match
work
and establish what it's going
to be. It was
a
good showcase match for the OVE or OWE guys.
Yes, great match.
T-Hawk and the Linda Man.
Were you familiar with them going into this?
I was familiar with Shima.
Okay.
Shima, I'm a big Ring of Honor fan.
Yeah.
Especially in the early days of Ring of Honor. So 2006, 2007, they had a partnership with Dragon Gate USA.
Correct.
So Shima was over a lot. And so I was very familiar with his work.
Mm-hmm.
But T-Hawk and the Linda Man, they had me. I know his name is Linderman, but I'm going to call him the Linda Man because his name is Lindaman.
It's true.
Linda Man.
It is spelled out Lindaman.
Lindaman.
So he's the Linda Man. But I loved it. It was a great place. And
I couldn't think of anything else to go in that spot. Because I don't think you open with a tag match.
The only other thing that I think could have possibly opened, and it's unfortunate that the match didn't happen, but I think Adam Page and Pac would have opened.
I happen to agree. Yes.
Yeah, because that match would have been a banger,
right?
And then it would have pushed. I think that the card would have been the exact same. So like
just knocked everything back.
OVE and SCU would be in the death spot. The women would be on third.
Okay, I agree. That makes sense.
And then so on and so forth. Like I don't think that the card gets shifted around. Luckily for them, it just so happens their hot opener was gone. And they had to rely on 48-year-old Christopher Daniels and his band of Southern California misfits.
God, you're such an SCU mark.
God, you really are. You're marking all over the table.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, why did I touch it? That's why we keep the tissues here.
Let's go. Best match. What was your best match of the night? And I feel like this answer should probably be unanimous, but go.
It's Cody and Dustin, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
That is absolutely the correct answer.
Matt?
Yeah, I would like Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers are a very close second for me, but that one was, I think, storytelling, the whole delivery, the whole spot with the turnbuckle. I think that start to finish was my favorite.
Oh, it was perfect. Although I've never seen a maxi pad on a turnbuckle before.
That was pretty cool.
It was cool.
My favorite part, and there's a video going around. They've clipped Cody's after-match promo with a WCW promo back. There was during a time where Dustin needed a tag team partner, and Dusty.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
gotcha.
Dusty wanted to be his partner, so Cody used, and I have goosebumps literally all over my body because I remember watching the Dusty promo as a child. They're everywhere. They're even on my, and
oh boy,
they are there. And And so using the phraseology, I have to ask you a favor in front of God and everyone.
That felt very Dusty.
Like it was very Dusty inspired, and do yourself a favor and try to find the video. It's very good, but that promo from Dusty is like, I don't need you to say yes. All I need is a hug and a kiss to seal the deal, baby. And
I tried to find it real quick, but I couldn't find it.
It is so good. And Cody and Dustin had that, and it was just,
Yeah, I mean everything from even the story told. And I think Matt touched on that. The story told was just perfect. The brother versus brother, the generation versus generation. The fact that they incorporated color, which is something that you do not see in the WWE anymore.
Holy crap! Why does Dustin have the Red Sea in his forehead?
The literal Red Sea. You know the Red Sea, I don't think is actually red.
I don't care.
Okay. I don't think it's that red.
I wrote the trivia questions this week, sir.
All right, fuck me, right?
True.
That's true. That's true. I am on a losing
He was
streak.
sweating blood.
Yeah, he really was.
It was gushing.
It was a Crimson Mask. It was, it's got to be Kane.
But every match was great. Best Friends versus Jack Evans and Angelico was a fantastic tag team
Main
match.
event could have been better.
The main event could have been better, and you know whose fault that was?
Kenny Omega's.
Your
obviously.
boy.
Kenny
Your
Omega,
boy. 17-step Judas effect.
Just.
You disrespectful, stupid
But there was
idiot.
no one else that could have won that match.
Right.
Because
Jericho's. You
want to know what's going to have everybody shit on AEW?
when Jericho wins the belt.
Well, no. When the crowning of their first title would have been Kenny Omega versus Adam Page. Yeah. Oh, All Elite Wrestling. It's two elite dudes fighting for the belt.
That's a good point.
Put each other over. G-g-g-g.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
I think we're doing a big disservice to not speak about the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers, because I thought that match was also
that match
phenomenal.
was fantastic.
There is no reason in the WWE that tag team wrestling can't be executed as flawlessly as that match was.
Except there were no tags in this tag team match.
Right, and that's the loose rules, though. I feel like
Right.
AEW is going to run with. I love the 10 count, by the way.
Oh, it's not that so much that I love the 10 count. It's that I love that they explained the 10 count. If it was a 5 count and it was a long 5 count, that'd have been fine. But because they said during tags, and I don't know if you guys missed this on the pay-per-view, any tag that's made, there's a 10-second double team window.
Correct.
Where both partners can be in the ring at the same time before it is illegal, and then the other person has to go back to the corner.
Unlike the normal 5 count.
It's a normal 5
Correct.
count. Yep.
I love that rule.
And remember, for everything in wrestling, whether it's a near fall or a count out or a double down or anything, it is not 3 seconds. It's not 5 seconds. It's not 10 seconds. It's a referee's count.
Yeah,
It's liberal.
Point. That's
it's
a great point.
liberal.
right. So if you have a referee that counts slower.
And if you have Earl Hebner,
Well, I mean, it's Earl, man. He's got to
baby Earl. What didn't you like about AEW? Because I don't want this to all be positive.
No.
Aside from commentary,
the championship belt unveiling segment was terrible. It was terrible.
they tried to out WWE. They
whole
did a
segment,
WWE.
though? Because I thought
Yeah.
the MJF stuff was
Okay,
entertaining.
MJF's promo was fantastic, but that shouldn't have happened in the unveiling of your championship belt.
You lost the match. You're not in contention for this. Wait.
Right, and I get that's his thing, but when in the build up to the unveiling of the championship, throughout the entire week, they keep talking about how this is a belt that's going to mean something. This is a belt that is going to look great and be important and blah blah blah. And you
have Bret Hart bring it out,
and
It was awesome, by the way.
and your segment to unveil it turns into just this
train wreck.
train wreck
right?
promo and schmaz and all of that.
They tried to out WWE themselves.
Yes.
And WWE does segments better than anyone else.
That is true.
It's along the same lines. And while I personally loved this part, and it's going back to Cody versus Dustin, while I loved the throne spot, it's a little too WWE.
Well, and also if you're going to try and blow up the throne, you should do more than a little bit of like smoke pop and like the little corner of the chair fall down. Blow the thing up. If you're going to blow the thing up, blow the fucking thing up.
Well, on Being the Elite, you see them do the dry run, and like Cody smashes like the whole top part off. So it was really dependent on his swing and the concussion. And it just so happens that just like a little corner fell off. And
Say, at least take the emblem down, right?
Yeah, like, and part of the emblem came down, so it made its point. Like
the point was made
that I'm coming for Triple H,
and I'm totally fine with the point that was made. Like, it is what it is, and it look, and like I know people probably would have thought that I would have been on here and been like, oh, it was over the top. This is what we wanted. Like, if you want a battle, if you want a war, if you want competition, I'm all on board for this stuff.
Now, the throne spot to me was definitely for the fans, because for those of us who are more educated, Triple H is actually the dude we're like looking up to, like, please,
right?
Yeah, we see what you do with NXT,
right?
Just come over here,
right? I think
do it over here.
It's more going after, like, yeah. I mean, it's like, what are you going to do? Take a sledgehammer to a headset? Like, it doesn't have the same gusto as it does when you hit a sledgehammer on the throne.
Yeah, and like it's the symbolic nature of it. And Vince, Cody is the guy head of talent relations for NEW. Triple H is the head of talent relations for WWE.
Doesn't McMahon have another son? You go get that guy. That's what you do.
Well, what are you going to do? You're going to throw somebody off the top of the MGM Grand?
Oh, no, you just have him on your program. Like Vince McMahon's shoot son.
Hornswoggle?
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't booked in the match.
Please.
That was the guy that didn't have legs. Never mind.
Shit.
Different guy. Also, me, Matt. You knew something was coming. I've been good for too long.
You should see the two words on my sheet of paper.
You can't.
Expected better. I expected deeper than that.
All right, I'll do better next time. Here we are. Right. You can't ring the bell on a 2 count. That's also something you can't do.
So we talked about this on the live watch. That could have been Japanese Joshi women's politics.
Either way, it looked like shit.
It did look like crap.
Really?
Ask your buddy on Twitter.
But
about
I just
that.
don't understand
he's not on Twitter.
Where he's not on Twitter anymore. Where
we'll do the common courtesy, look him up.
the timekeeper rings the bell without the cue
correct
of the referee.
It was
2 count or 3 count.
It was poor.
And I understand, like, most of the time they don't kick out of a count, they will bridge out.
Right.
Like, that is something very Japanese, and I understand that.
Right.
But, like, she never signaled anything. Like,
you go on the signal, like the ref.
Correct. The ref has to call for that.
Yeah, the ref calls for the start and the end of the match. That's why I think the ref had called the timekeeper had called near falls perfectly fine throughout the night. That's why I feel like it might have been on purpose with the Joshi Japanese women politics.
So you think a Japanese politician was the timekeeper for AEW?
No, what I'm saying is that they probably wanted to do a smaz finish. So the other team gets a 1-2 visible 3, ding ding ding. Ref didn't call for it.
So you're saying this was a work?
I think it's a work.
Okay, that's fair.
Either way, it looks like
it's
shit.
2019.
I just don't think it
looked
looks
like
shit.
shit.
The last time the bell rang prematurely, it was when Undertaker had Brock in the Gogoplata.
Right.
In the Hell in a Cell.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, that was it. And that was a submission.
Hello.
The bat phone is ringing.
Hello there. Yeah, like I
fucking Alfred.
They did
get that phone.
Kind of like wrap up some thoughts
Batman's house.
on Double or Nothing. Is they did almost everything about as perfectly as you can do.
It was
like
a slam
there
dunk.
was what the Matt? What is going on? Are you okay?
Intern Mark must be hanging out with Matt tonight.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
Good.
there was production mistakes.
Yeah.
WWE has production mistakes. There was a timekeeper mistake, a glaring one, at least as it came across. WWE has mistakes at times, like, you know. So I'm not gonna get overly nitpicky about it. I thought that the two times, you know, the Cody thing and then the belt segment, like, and this is where Big Jim's gonna Big Jim. So I'm just getting it out of the way. Like, if those sort of things were done on like a WWE show, like taking a shot at AEW, or like having a promo during a pay-per-view, or like a pay-per-view going 5+ hours, people get pissy. And people praised everything on this show. Like, again, great show. I give it an A. The only reason I don't give it an A+ is I hated that belt segment. That's the only thing I really hated. Because it got convoluted, and I think you lost. Your whole point of that segment is to unveil the best championship in the business, as they were kind of touting it to be.
Best looking title in the business.
And it got lost. And it got lost. So that segment failed. Everything else was great.
I think, and I loved it, and I feel like I'm between you and Tim on this, Jim. I feel like it's really easy to hit a home run when you have months to, like, plan this home run.
Yeah, without question.
If this wasn't a home run, AEW fails and fails quick.
Like, you cannot compare AEW Double or Nothing to this Monday's Night Raw. Like, Raw is a weekly it's nowhere near similar, and you cannot. That being said, and I know you're going to disagree with me on this, I think there is a threat level to AEW. Not to put the WWE out of business, and I think we talked about this either on the pre-show or before.
This is just going to second everything, yeah.
I think it is a threat to steal some viewers from the WWE, and that's not what the WWE necessarily wants. They don't want to lose any viewer.
AEW is a mainstream alternative. There's plenty of alternative in wrestling. There's plenty of it. IndependentWrestling.tv, plenty of alternative there. Ring of Honor, Impact, your local indie. There is, if you do not like WWE, there is plenty of other places for you to get your fix. But mainstream, there has not.
No.
And it took 18 years to get to the point where we have two companies with big financial backing on primetime weekly television. And that's what we're going to get to. Like,
I feel like you cannot disclude that or discount that Impact Wrestling was primetime on cable television.
But
like, they were on the Paramount Network or whatever was Spike TV.
Yes,
like,
but it took
they
them.
They ran head to head.
It took them.
How'd that work out?
How many years to get there? Like, they fought and struggled to get to Spike. They were on weekly pay-per-views for $19.99 a week, and then they were trying to get on TV, and they had a TV deal, and then they were on Fox Sports Net, and then Fox Sports Net cut them. So then Impact was on the Impact website, and then eventually it gets picked up by Spike.
Correct.
And then since then, it's been on Spike. It's been on
everything. The Food Network.
Pop.
Been on,
it was on
Destination
Pursuit. Did you hear
America?
about what happened on Pursuit last week?
No.
The main event never happened on television. It happened if you watched on Twitch, but on the Pursuit Network, who, by the way, is a co-owner of Impact, literally went to commercial.
And also is a fishing network.
Went to commercial right before the main event and never came back from commercial.
They just kept showing commercials?
Yes, 17 minutes.
Solid. God damn.
So,
It's such a
again,
shame, too, because their roster's real good.
Yeah, it is a shame.
and it's fine. And there's a way for you to see. Like, again, there's alternatives for you. But if you want in your face, big budget, mainstream wrestling, there is another place to go.
So yes, Ryan, I will.
Besides WWE,
I will concede that by definition, that AEW is a threat of some kind.
I mean, if you're Coke, you don't want
it's not threat level midnight.
You don't want
No.
your drinkers drinking Pepsi ever.
No, but I will greater assess a threat level of AEW. I'm not even in October when TV starts, because when TV starts, because I there was somebody on Facebook or Twitter today that like within 2 years AEW have higher ratings than WWE. I'm pretty sure that week 1 AEW is going to have higher ratings than WWE because everybody's going to be curious.
I agree.
Yeah,
and it's on a different night. So
right, it's going to be on a different night.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
But like,
you don't think it?
I think
really?
it will. It's going to be on a different night.
I think it'll be on a different night, but I don't know if it's going to start on a different night.
I got you. Okay, I got you. I
hear
got
what
you.
you're saying.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. I will greater assess what I perceive to be the threat level 6 months into TV, a year into TV.
I agree.
Because again, it's easy to do a fucking home run for Double or Nothing, and it's going to be fairly easy to do a fucking home run for All Out. But come October, and then October, and then October, and then October, and then November, and so on and so on.
I agree.
That's when it gets harder.
Yeah.
That's when it gets harder.
And Cody's gone on record. So, again, I feel like I'm a walking billboard for Chris Van Vliet. Like, every week I'm telling you guys to watch his effing interviews, and I bet you're not doing it, you cowards.
I've never heard that name before, ever.
Chris Van Vliet. He's on YouTube, and he's got a bunch of interviews. He's got one with Tony Khan. He's got one with Cody. He's got one with Dasha Fuentes. He's got one with Rhino. He just had
Okay, he's not paying us. Let's get
right,
going.
right. But Cody, he asked Cody, and he was like, "How far ahead do you think you guys have AEW planned out?" And Cody comes right out and says, 6 months to a year. Wow. They have the roadmap.
Okay.
Before anything, 6 months to a year of TV, not the pay-per-view.
No, I got you.
I mean, here's the problem with that, though. Like, the pay-per-views are great, and on SmackDown this week, we saw Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens.
Yes.
Which could be a pay-per-view match.
Yes.
That would be really good because there's a story with him turning his back on the...
Yes.
But we got that on a SmackDown. So when AEW has to give us things like John Moxley versus Jericho weekly TV, it's not going to be as special as it was on that pay-per-view.
And also, but how well are they going to adjust to, Adam Page comes off the top rope and blows out his knee and is now out for a year.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
And then, Cody, they've also
I
gone
feel like
on
you
record.
oftentimes speak things into happening. So, like, can
Don't
you at
do
least
that.
knock
Okay,
on wood?
for the record.
Let's say Dustin Thomas comes off the top rope and blows out his knee.
You stop.
For the record.
He just said no legs. He's
I
going
know
to jump
what
off
he
the
did.
top
I
rope
was trying
and
to not sell it, Tim. Okay, I'm not.
He's going to do the
I'm
little
not-
flippy thing over the ropes.
I'm not trying to speak anything
Bruise
into
his
existence.
stump.
But as an example, what if one of your stars that you have booked in a significant role for a year?
Let's say
no, I'm not.
Driss Carrico.
Okay, let's say Driss Carrico, blows his knee, or his band Mozzie gets really, really big.
goes for
and he wants to tour more. Like, what happens then? How well
the
do you
Cyan Halt. He goes through the Cyan Halt.
How well do you spin out of that? Those are the things that and again, yes, it's a roadmap, and obviously, and I'm not. Cody and the guys know the business, so I think that they will do fine. But again, that's when I'll assess threat level a little bit more. I feel like Matt, your kind of overall assessment of the show, goods, bads, all of that, and then we'll move because this Moxley Jericho stuff is gonna be hot, I think.
Yeah, overall is very good. Like the few things I could nitpick on, we already talked about. Didn't necessarily like the belt. I thought the commentary was brutal, but overall, I think it was a very good show. I mean, And like you said, it's kind of similar to what we all kind of say when NXT comes out, is that, we can't really compare the two because NXT and WWE are two separate entities. Same thing with AEW. Should it have been as good as it was? Yes, and it was. So that's all we can hope for. We shouldn't be trying to compare the two, and hopefully WWE will elevate its game to compete with AEW, not that it's necessarily a competition.
Very good.
And realistically, and this is no fault it wouldn't hurt them to up their game.
No.
Right now,
I agree with that.
admittedly, it hasn't been the greatest of shows. Upping whatever they're choosing to do couldn't hurt.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock or being cheap or anything like that. It just do a little better. You'll be fine.
Before we go into the Moxley stuff, I would do a disservice. It would be a disservice if I didn't bring up an elephant that's in the room for some people. So AEW is a place that has claimed inclusion.
Yes.
Preach.
But if you look at Double or Nothing, recite to me the people who came across looking like stars. The Elite Boys.
Yep.
Chris Jericho.
Moxley.
Moxley. Who else came off looking? MJF.
Yep. Yeah, MJF for sure.
Who else came off looking like a star?
Kip Sabian.
The Lucha Bros to a certain degree.
I agree.
Sure, yeah.
SCU.
SCU came off looking like stars.
Britt Baker.
Okay. My point is, they want to claim inclusion. Yet, what they gave us was a commentary booth with 3 homogenized white dudes. Not a single person of color, with the exception of Scorpio Sky, went over.
Well, the 6 women tag match was all Japanese.
That's correct. So there was no...
But
none of them are under contract with AEW.
Right.
Okay.
But, again,
So-
I don't want to forget that match.
And so while WWE, I understand it if they don't... they've got a long way to go, and right now they're kind of liars in the inclusion. It's one thing, they have Sonny Kiss, who's buried in a battle royal. They have Nyla Rose, who's buried in a 4-way. Not buried as in Triple H buried, but hidden in a 4-way. Okay.
That Awesome Kong had a moment in.
She did. Awesome Kong did look like a star too.
Who was brought out by Brandy Rhodes.
Right. But then again, the inclusion, the crossover of women. Allie only did commentary during the women's match.
Trash.
So it means...
If she never talks to him again,
and so it means that all she knows about is women's wrestling. Brandy's 2 times coming out was 1 during the women's match,
right,
and 2 coming out with her husband.
Being a valet to her husband.
Right.
Sure.
And how many people thought she was and I know that's how it was being presented, but thought she was putting herself in that match.
I did.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's what was the hope for that, I think. There's no other reason for her to come out in gear.
And so my point is that as a company who wants to talk about inclusion, they've got a ways to go.
Agree.
I don't think that Double or Nothing was the best first effort. And while people say WWE doesn't really talk about inclusion, there are black referees, there are Asian referees, there are European refs, there's females on commentary, there are black people on commentary. There's more than just one type of person, and the WWE champion is Ghanan. He's from Ghana. Okay?
And he's over there right now, correct?
He was over there. That's pre-recorded.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I don't think he's actively over there. He might be, but I don't know.
Yeah, I thought he was.
I know he's on. He's either has been or will be or is currently on tour in Ghana, which I think is awesome.
Absolutely.
And so,
absolutely.
Now it took WWE 50 years to get there,
right?
And I'm expecting a lot from AEW in day one. But AEW has seen 50 years of WWE.
Well, and also AEW from day one of promotion was we are all-inclusive wrestling.
Right, like, and that's what it is. And I understand that you're giving people you're giving different personalities and different types of life, different walks of life, rather, the ability to ply their craft in a place that is an alternative to WWE. And I also understand and I appreciate the fact that you want to put your biggest name forward and your best face forward in an appearance of like Double or Nothing. But even when you had the ability to showcase outside talent, like for example, during the title belt, the title presentation, and MJF comes out, it's Jungle Boy and Jimmy Havoc that's stepping up to MJF and not anyone else.
I hear what you're saying.
Like, it's...
Right, and why are you having a guy who looks like he can't stop MJF try to stop MJF? Right,
it's like, it's Luke Perry's kid and the British guy.
Right, the British deathmatch guy.
Deathmatch guy.
Right.
As opposed to, like, literally any other baby faces.
Yeah.
And it's just...
But I think you can look at that match, especially that Battle Royal, and, like, see, like, this is what they're going to like fill out their cards with on a weekly basis, which isn't a problem.
Yeah, but that's what I want. I want to
because people like Janela's and MJF's and Jungle Boy can have fantastic matches.
Correct, but and again, it's like
no, I think it's a fair point to bring up, but
they could have done a better job in inclusion from day one.
On night
they've got room to grow. For now, there's a big asterisk next to inclusion, and All Elite Wrestling is for everyone.
I feel like the inclusion thing, though, like goes beyond what the WWE maybe feels comfortable going with. Like Kenny Omega, I believe is gay. Like I believe like that is a popular rumor,
right? But
about Kenny
WWE,
Omega.
WWE has
yeah. Nyla Rose is transgender. Like
right.
We're not saying anything that's not already out there, and they are like inclusion of that.
Correct.
Including of that. Like
no, and again, it when
beyond color, I'm thinking
correct.
But I hear what you're saying.
It is beyond color. But there's one thing to let them take part and trot them out.
Okay.
But it's one thing that like to just have them be a part. That's not
right. And again,
that's not like
one pay-per-view, one night. So that it's kind of a to be determined, to keep an eye on sort of.
And that's all it was. It's just it's. I'm not doing an all expose on it.
Okay.
But what I am saying is, give me a little more.
Yeah, fair.
Turn it up.
We all grade an A.
A plus, almost an S. To me, especially an S. High tier, above an A plus. It's special. To me, the 3-match main event of Cody and Dustin, the tag titles, and Omega and Jericho. The presentation, the match quality, to me, those 3 matches back to back to back, you can't beat it, man.
He's great.
An S. Matt, do you give it an S?
No, I would just give it a straight A.
Okay.
All right.
Also, I want to before we move on, WWE took a really long time to like book one of their shows, and everybody thought he had a home run with this year's WrestleMania. So it's not hard to put on a really, really good show when you have long-term plans and can actually work them into a process.
Sure.
WrestleMania panned as an A+, an A show, one of the best WrestleManias of all time.
Scotty gives it a B+. Jason gives it an A-.
And that's fine. And and again, that's the beauty of wrestling.
Subjective.
It's all subjective.
Right.
For me, I absolutely loved it because it gave me a bunch of WCW vibes, and that's what I want.
Wait, so you're telling me that there's like an art form to professional wrestling?
Yeah.
And it's subjective if you want to.
Yeah, 100%.
Really? You don't buy the the art form thing?
If you don't like what I like,
shut up.
Check out my private Twitter.
Patreon.com/3CountThursday. $2.
In Tim we trust.
All right, let's go to something that blew up the world yesterday.
It's continuously blowing up
the world. I believe the last I checked, it was the number 3 podcast period, like on all categories.
Highest rated podcast ever, I think.
For Jericho.
Yeah,
it's Jericho's highest. It will probably be the number one this week.
And it's unfortunate. We were right behind Talk is Jericho to get John Moxley on our show.
We
right
were,
behind
man. It
him.
was negotiations were
They just
rough,
happened
but-
to be in the same state.
Yeah.
Right.
It was,
I
was
get
cheap.
it.
Like, it was cheap. It was
Jericho's got a big budget. He's got the Wazzy money, and
Wazzy.
he just had that estate sale.
He did. He did have the estate
did.
sale.
He could afford the flight.
So, like,
had a
I
yard
assume if you're here with us, like, we've all heard it, at least seen at least gotten the bullet points. I listened to it like right away because, like, I mean, it was people were commenting on it right away. I'm like, I might as well put this in my ear holes real quick, and it was as captivating of a podcast listen as I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I am going to have somewhat of a different take and thought on this than a lot of people. And in no way, shape, or form am I coming in here and going, Moxley's wrong, Moxley's wrong, Moxley's wrong. Because no. There really
I
isn't.
hear it too.
No, there really isn't a but to it. But like for me, I just maybe it's just the way I kind of like perceive the world is like, and he was 100% professional about it.
Yep.
Because there are other people who have done things in the past that have gone about something similar to this in a very unprofessional manner. See it, Punk.
God bless you.
So I give first of all I give total props to Moxley for writing out his contract, and and whether it was if like WWE wrote him off and he just went home, whatever, he was there till the end, played it out, super professional. The things I will hit on that I'm going to say are like, bro, it's a job. Is like, this I believe if and I don't know if this is 100% accurate. Tim, maybe you know this. This was not like his first contract. Like he's signed multiple times with the WWE.
Yeah.
He's re-upped with them before.
Right.
Like, so, and I get that he even, he said on it that, like, it wasn't until he was hurt, last year, that it really kind of clicked with him, like, I'm kind of done here. So, but, like, to me, the long and short of it, just since we're almost at 11 o'clock, is, like, I look at it in this way, is he's a guy who is a wrestler in a sports entertainment world. Like and it's a job. As much as I love the WWE and the WWE, like as a kid, like that was the thing since I was like 4 years old. Like my dream is to be the WWF champion. Like clearly that ain't happening. But like
Yoko was a champion.
That's true. If WWE called me tomorrow and like, offered me a deal, we said it the other week, like you name the price, you're going to pay me, I'll shut this shit down tomorrow. Like, it'll be gone. It'll be swiped. The world will, the 3 Count Thursday world will not exist.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, like, it's gone. But, like, it's a job. It's a job. And, like, looking, probably 70 plus % of people, maybe 80, 90 or more, at your job, there are people who love it and are happy to be there and are company people, and no matter what the company asks them to do, they love it. They are in their happy place. There are people they're going to come in, they're going to punch in, they're going to do what they have to do, punch out, go home, forget about it. And then there's also going to be people that wake up in the morning and go, God damn it, why do I have to go to that fucking place again? There's those people everywhere.
Right.
Like, it's a job.
And so where do you think John sits?
I feel like he realizes that and was like, I signed a contract and I'm going to work it out and I'm going to leave.
Because to me, never did I get the vibe of like, fuck, I don't want to be here. Like,
I mean, when he said that he would wake up on Mondays and feel physically ill, I got that vibe. And
yeah, but that was like
towards the end.
Yeah, that's towards the end.
Right. He went from dream job to,
and then he did something about it. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with it. I love that he is now in a company and an environment that he is going to be happy in.
And see, the one part I'm going to disagree with you on is Jon Moxley's not a wrestler. Jon Moxley is an entertainer. Like, Jon Moxley was known for being not very good in the ring. I mean, he had a very grungy style in the ring before he went to WWE, but he was known for being a promo guy. He would cut ridiculous promos and captivate people with his words. I feel like Jon Moxley was not on the scene for very long in the indies, and then as soon as he was discovered by WWE, he was scooped up. Like, he was around.
Sure.
He was around in Gabe Sapolsky's world for just like a hot minute, and then snatched up, and then brought into the WWE system, and kind of sat under wraps in NXT, AEW or OVW for the longest time, or FCW rather, for the longest time, until they finally found something to do with him, and then they package him up in the Shield and they send him out. But he was always an entertainer.
Like, I feel like you can look at, like,
he talked about it in the podcast. He said, When I was coming in, I loved promos. Promos were my favorite thing. And now, when I was at the end of WWE, I absolutely hated doing promos.
Because he's performing a script.
Correct.
Right, but that's a lot of people's problem. And like, Seth Rollins is a wrestler. Roman Reigns is a wrestler. Like, to me, they're not like promo dudes who have this strong desire to really give a crap about what they're saying. Roman Reigns said "suffer and succotash" on TV like 2-3 years ago.
Sure did.
Yeah, and like Baron Corbin, like, there's people who are not, like, they don't care what they say. But then there's people like CM Punk and Dean Ambrose and Shawn Michaels to a certain degree. Shawn Michaels would fight Vince McMahon long before.
Yeah.
And he would go and Vince would tell him something, and Shawn Michaels would, and this is what I gained respect for John for, is he said, you know, I don't like this, but if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be me. And I'm going to
100%.
And I'm going to crush it.
Sure.
And you're going to see, like, it just baffled me how many times John tried to get the word into Vince's ear saying, hey, man, I'd like to try to do something different. I'd like to do something different. And what do? Lipstick on a pig, and they give him the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there was a ton difference between the Moxley character and the Dean Ambrose character, other than it was like the WWE's version of what lunacy should look like.
Right.
You know, and like
they
he
went
was talking
lunacy
about like
into like crazy kooky,
like the big,
right, like cartoony lunacy.
The big syringe thing. I was like, oh, I do remember that. Like, yeah, that was really bad. Like, I do remember thinking that. And again, it's Vince McMahon's company, and you're going to do what he wants you to do, and you're going to get paid for it.
Right.
You know,
and you can.
I think I said earlier,
differ.
This is where I think like the artistry of being a professional wrestler comes in. That he wanted to be an artist and have some sort of, hey, this is my character. Let me tell you how I would do this, because I'm the one who has to do it.
And there's
rather than be an actor and just follow this script.
Yeah.
Because somebody wrote it for him.
And that's exactly how I would feel too. Like nobody knows how I feel or how, like, I'm the character. Like, I am playing my character. I do it all the time, and I played it before I was here. So if anybody knows how I would react to something or how I would say something, it would be me. And so when any wrestler is getting stuff handed to them in a script, and it's like, you must read this word for word, and it's supposed to be my genuine feelings and reactions.
That's hard.
Sure, I can do it, but then I'm Nia Jax or I'm Baron Corbin, and you don't believe what I'm saying.
Right. And
like,
and
so
yeah, scripted promos, heavily scripted promos. Like, here's the thing. Like, I know Tony Khan has said they're not going to have scripted promos in AEW, but there's going to be
bullet points.
There's going to be bullet points, and there's going to be a little bit of a map, because
we've
all been at shows where there's been no map and things get out of control quick.
We watched WWE Raw leading into WrestleMania, and we got the exchange of give me what I want. I'm not going to give you what you want. Give me what I want. I'm not going to give you what you want.
Yeah, I know. We literally we only have 25 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but it was literally that for about 25 minutes.
I know. So it's
give Jim what he wants.
Nothing
surprised me about it though.
Nothing.
The guy that
nothing
didn't
surprised
work,
me
made
that
the
much.
decision to not be there anymore. Long before the AEW thing, he was fine going back to the Indies. It sounds like, where you can have that creative freedom, and you can be. Joey Ryan proves you can be successful on the independent scene and make a lot of money and not have to work like a
so do the
shoot
Young
job.
Bucks and Cody and Kenny Omega.
I mean, here's the deal. Like if you and I'm looking at, I'm not only looking at you guys, I'm looking out at people. If you work at a place where every time you're told to do something, asked to do something, or you have a certain list of duties for that day at work, if every single time that happens, you go to your boss and you can change everything, good for you.
What is your boss there for then?
Right. Like, first off, what is your boss there for you? Second off, congratulations. Because generally speaking, if you're not a boss, if you are not in charge, you're going to have to do things, and in a lot of cases, you're going to have to do things you don't like.
Sure.
Like, you and ultimately, there comes a point where you just have to buck up and do it to the best of your ability. Like, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that surprised me out of that.
So he signs with AEW, and
he's happy.
He's happy, and good
Jericho's
for him.
happy. And here's the thing, too, is like, I actually had more issue with people's reaction to
that's fair
yesterday's podcast than I love the podcast.
The WWE's overproduced. No shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
We talk about
telling us that. Like,
right. Like we talk about that all the time.
Right.
Like,
not a surprise.
Vince is out of touch. Yeah, probably. He probably is out of touch. He's probably.
Scott says the Pooper Scooper story was sad, but hey, that's a prop, and Vince thought it was funny. Vince is probably out of touch.
Right.
Yeah.
And
he's
again,
an old man.
And again, like
his company though, don't like it, leave.
And again, like here's the thing: like when we were kids, I guarantee you there was stuff that we thought was fun and cool and entertaining about WWF.
Dropping shit on the Spirit Squad, that was fun.
That wasn't even when we were kids though. I'm talking like going back when we were like 10, like when
Papa
we're
Shango.
When we're like between 5 and 10. Like because I think there's a good portion of the product that is aimed for kids. So like there was stuff we saw as kids that like I guarantee you our parents were like, this is fucking stupid.
SpongeBob.
Like how the fuck like they're watching this. This is stupid. Like that's the kind of stuff we're seeing now and thinking this is stupid. But again, it's TV PG.
Can you not put the thought in my head that I might have aged out of WWE?
Well, no, I'm not trying to say that.
Also, but we haven't said this. The WWE is a television show that their cast wrestles. Like it's a television show.
That's
it's not an Evolve or an independent wrestling show. It's a television show that starts at 8, ends at 11.
Right.
And in the middle happens to be wrestling and storytelling.
Right. Wrestling is their end. I mean, Charlie says, piece of advice, don't tell your wife her favorite shows at work.
Ooh, brother.
Yeah.
Come on back home.
Woofa. But yeah, like it's a TV show that is based around wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like,
yeah.
Will AEW be a wrestling show that's based around characters? Maybe. I don't know what AEW TV is.
Do you know what TNT airs, though? Television shows.
Yeah, and sports. So, like, they're going to be a mix of them. Like to me, it's...
Actually, I don't know what TNT airs anymore.
Sports.
Again,
Blue Bloods, the Blue Bloods? I don't know.
I had more problems with people's reaction to it because it's like... And it's similar to, like... And here's the thing. If WWE rolls out a new title and it looks like a Japanese New Japan title, people are going to kill the WWE for trying to be like New Japan.
But then if WWE comes out with another title that looks like every other title that they have,
people are going to kill them for that too. Like,
what about making one that looks like a gold record with a big 247 on it?
You're going to get killed for that.
Got it.
The Waffle House logo?
Like, here's the thing.
I love Waffle House.
And I'm going to do it because I'm going to be that guy.
Here he goes, folks.
The popular thing to do right now, and I'm not going to come on here and say that everything the WWE is doing is great and perfect and all that, because it's not. They have plenty of things they can improve on. But the cool thing to do right now is to shit on the WWE.
I don't believe that for a second.
It absolutely is the cool thing to do.
There is a smattering of a handful of IWC people that you allow to get under your skin that shit on the WWE. I don't think it is a majority of wrestling fans.
I do think that your nose is more in tune to the naysayers.
Maybe that's just what's on our feed. I don't know.
Well, we're on the internet.
I feel like you go searching for it, though, sometimes.
I feel like you allow yourself to get angry by that. I don't think it's a majority of wrestling fans. I don't think it's 20% of wrestling fans. I think the overwhelming majority of wrestling fans are just quiet wrestling fans that are like, I like all wrestling. I like the WWE. I like AEW. I've not really heard of independent wrestling, but maybe I'll check it out. That is the type of the majority of wrestling fan. There is a vocal minority that is fucking loud as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you find that in politics. I feel like most people fall in the middle, and then you have that 10% asshole to the left and 10% asshole to the right.
Okay,
that's what I feel. But they're the ones that are like actively bitching about things. Because everything's okay. What's there to bitch about?
That's true.
Everything is great.
That's not what I'm saying.
All right, we got to do NXT predictions. Any other thoughts on Moxley, on Jericho?
No,
just listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
listen to our podcast.
And
listen to our podcast, then listen to all of our podcasts we've ever done, and then listen to them again, and then listen to this,
and then listen to
I like that. I like that.
But here's the deal: AEW not for everybody. Apparently,
but
Joey
it is
Ryan.
For everyone.
Right, it is for everybody, but it's not for everybody to watch.
Not for everybody to watch.
And yeah, and again,
I think Joey Ryan turned a contract down.
That's the word.
That's the word. Joey Ryan turning a contract.
I don't know what his future is. Maybe the E. I don't know.
Maybe
he's got some blonde-headed girl in NXT he could team with.
No, you're not wrong. If
You're not
WWE
wrong
did that sort of thing. All right. Speaking of NXT, let's talk about NXT Takeover 25. Holy shit!
Wow, 25.
That's fucking
NXTs.
wild, man. Saturday night, Tim's gonna be there.
Live and in living color, Jack.
Tim's gonna be live. Maybe he'll throw some pictures up on the Twitters.
You know, I might go live on the 3 Count Thursday Twitter page with some videos.
How about that? That's also fun.
You might do it. Remember, NXT doesn't like you going live on their video.
Bridgeport, Connecticut, Webster Bank Arena, 7:00 on the award-winning WWE Network. Of course, 5 matches. This is the standard NXT fare,
as is tradition.
Let's start at the bottom. Matt Riddle versus Roddy Strong. I have Matt Riddle. Intern Mark has Matt Riddle. Bro.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The King of Bros absolutely wins this.
Without question, it's Matt Riddle, bro.
Yeah, 100% bro.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest one. All right, let's go to Velveteen Dream defending the North American Championship against NXT's Tyler Breeze.
Ooh. Heck yeah.
That was on the media call today with Triple H, and he is now back in NXT, which awesome.
Yeah, great.
Awesome. Yeah, and I don't know if that has to do with the fact that he just opened a wrestling school with Sean Spears that's going to be in Florida, and it might have been a request by Tyler Breeze to go back to NXT.
Oh,
but
okay.
Either way, he's been in the Performance Center a lot, helping train people too. So it's a good place for him to be, especially if he's not going to be used on television. He will absolutely be used back in NXT.
Yeah, and I like. And don't get me wrong, I thought Fashion Files and all this stuff on there, and I think he could be a star in WWE, but I think he can arguably be a bigger star in NXT.
Yep.
As funny as that may sound. Intern Mark is Velveteen Dream retaining. I actually have Breeze winning the championship. Like, I'm back. Here we are. It's game time.
I feel like we can start a feud here, so I'm going to leave it on Dream for now.
Prince Pretty, baby.
Oh,
attaboy.
If there's one thing I've learned from watching Tyler Breeze in NXT, it's that he does not win matches.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Matt.
It's also a good point.
I forgot about that.
The North American title is the hot potato title.
It is. And maybe this is a new Tyler Breeze. He does have different hair.
He does have different
hair. And I don't think he has fuzzy boots anymore.
He doesn't have
either.
the selfie stick either.
No selfie stick, no fuzzy boots. So maybe this is a new Tyler Breeze, hopefully. Then we have a match that, and here's the thing. I think Dream Breeze could probably be the match of the night.
Probably.
Good stretch on that one.
Yeah, good. Ouch, shit. Ladder match for the vacant NXT Tag Team Championship. You got Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus the Street Profits. Burch versus the Undisputed Era and versus the Forgotten Sons. Intern Mark is Undisputed Era picking up the titles. I actually have Lorcan and Burch because I think it'd be a whole lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Those guys are real good.
I have the Undisputed Era.
You heard it here first. The Forgotten Sons.
I almost picked them, to be 100% honest.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun for them to win it, but I have to go with the Undisputed Era.
Oh, by the way, I bought a WWE shop purchase this week for the first time in months.
Wow, Jim.
Well, did you do that buy one get one for $1
Buy
sale?
one get one for $1. So I did the black and yellow KO. I did the new Shock the System. I did the Triple H shirt from WrestleMania.
Okay.
And I don't remember the last one.
The Mandy Rose shirt.
No, it wasn't.
Mandy.
Wasn't the Mandy. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Just be surprised by it.
Yeah, it's coming tomorrow. NXT Women's
remote shirt
Championship match. Shayna Baszler defending against Io Shirai. Intern Mark and I both have Shayna Baszler retaining still. Like, not that I don't think Io should win the championship at some point, but I don't know if it's going to be like a length of time holding the title record or something. But we got Baszler.
Yeah, Shayna for sure.
Shauna na Baszler.
Jesus.
Yeah, as much as I would like to see Io Shirai win that, it's got to be Baszler because they haven't taken it off her yet.
Right.
Why would they start?
Never rest, never rust. By the way, is the fourth. And then the main event of
AJ Styles.
Oh, got it.
The newest AJ Styles.
I didn't know if that was like a steampunk.
It's a tap out shirt.
Becky Lynch thing or what?
The singles match for the NXT Championship. Johnny Gargano defending against Adam Cole. Intern Mark and I both have Adam Cole. Baby!
Ditto.
It's Johnny Gargano, baby. No,
you're wrong. Matthew?
No.
I don't believe he has a shirt that says Johnny Gargano Baby. Just saying.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he's just got the
Taylor.
title.
It's Adam Cole Baby.
B-A-E. Got it.
B-A-Y. B-A-Y. The shirt don't
It's
lie.
wrong. Misprint.
The shirt don't lie. It's
Misprint.
B-A-Y. Okay?
Misprint.
Just saying.
You've upset me, Tim.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're upset.
So the only thing we're going to hit on, I think, from Raw this week, well, two things. The briefcase boombox.
Love it.
Is so fucking good. And number two, and I hope we're all in agreement on this, Sami Zayn didn't go off script.
No.
Okay, thank you.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good.
It also didn't connect to me either. Like, I didn't hear it at first.
To be 100% honest, didn't watch Raw or SmackDown this week.
Look at that. Okay. Jim takes in one AEW show and swears off WWE for the week.
This just in,
here, folks. That's breaking news.
Chris Jericho is possible AEW champion, enough for Jim Neese to give up WWE cold turkey. More next week.
You're goddamn right I did!
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Tim, I believe it's trivia time.
Roll that music.
I gotta fucking find it. I'm an idiot.
Real quick, Elias wins the 24 championship.
Yes,
and then loses it right away.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah, that's what they should do.
That's what the title does.
Welcome everybody to 3CT Trivia. I'm your host, not the Tool Man, Tim Taylor, and we have 10 fresh questions.
I felt really good coming into this, and I feel like shit now.
Matt, you got just because of the phone delay. So we got to get you in studio so you can partake one of these weeks in
you
the.
You can crush these dummies.
But you gotta judge on if Ryan and I, who beats it if it's a close call.
Fair enough.
Okay, so 10 questions.
10 questions.
Please use your name to buzz in.
All right.
Question numero uno. Which U.S. state is also known as the last frontier?
James. Wyoming?
Incorrect.
Ryan.
Yes.
Alaska.
Alaska.
Christ.
One.
Why would I guess Wyoming? Wyoming's not known for anything.
That's my one, Jim.
Except for being that square in the middle of the country.
You start out real strong.
I start out strong.
All right.
I surprise myself and get in my own head.
Question number 2.
Okay.
Graphics interchange format is commonly known by what 3-letter acronym?
Damn it. GIF.
Or?
GIF.
That is correct.
So now, because I know there was...
Or GIF.
You had issues with it last week. Can we interrupt the question?
You can.
Okay.
That's the
Why
precedent.
wouldn't we be able to? I just don't understand.
Why not? Well,
that.
Tim got all hot and bothered.
I didn't know that you
And
could.
if I'm wrong, you would then continue the question
Yeah,
for Jim.
I can pick up the question.
I feel like it's the Family Feud rules.
Okay.
Yep. Question number 3. Before the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl was the drummer for which
Jim.
band? I heard Jim first.
It was Jim.
Nirvana.
Nirvana's correct. As you can see, I went a little easier with the questions for you guys.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tim.
Question number 4. The pair of Anguish, the Judas Cradle, and the Iron Chair have what in common?
Ryan.
Yes.
Fuck, why would I say that? They're all torture devices.
They are all torture devices.
Jesus.
I know my
Big
porn.
Ryan.
50 Shades of Grey over
Yeah.
here.
All right.
I told you I felt good about this one, Jim.
Yeah, you did.
They're easier, but I felt good about it.
Yep. Question number 5. Who is Donald Duck's girlfriend?
Ryan. Daffy Duck.
Jim. Daisy Duck.
Daisy Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, very progressive of you to put Daffy and Donald together and also to assume Daffy's gender. Big move for Ryan.
Thank you for farting on yourself.
Yeah, there it was. I nattied that one up.
You sure did. All right, it is 3-2. Not a single question passed.
Hey.
Feels good.
That's a win for us.
Yes, sir. Question number 6. Nolan Bushnell, the co-founder of Atari, also founded what pizza chain where a kid can be a kid?
Ryan. Chuck E. Cheese.
That is correct. Fuck. I went very Jeopardy with these questions.
You really did.
They're very good.
Which, by the way,
Well written.
Trebek doing extremely well with cancer treatments. Like he said, I think the word was near remission.
What is...
Bruh.
Oh, so great.
Awesome.
Crushed. Okay. This is a question you both get to answer. So buzz in when you want to give your guess first, but it's the closest without going over.
Okay.
How many people have walked on the moon?
Ryan.
Yes.
13.
It's a 2-hour show.
14.
How do you both go over, you schmucks?
Yeah.
12. 0 points.
Fuck. Really?
That was a tough one. You either had to go 14 or 1.
You could have went 1.
Oh. Apollo. Did I miscount? I think I miscounted.
You obviously miscounted because you said 14 and it's 12.
11, 12, 14, 15,
It's 12.
16, 17. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
an idiot. I'm an
It
idiot.
is 4 to
Fucking damn it.
it's 4-2. No pressure, Jim, but you got to sweep to win.
It could happen.
Question number 8.
There's the dagger for Ryan.
Hong Kongian, Jamaican, and Australian money is known as what? Hong Kongian, Jamaican, and Australian money
Oh, this
is
sucks
known as
because
what?
I even have a friend that's Australian.
Ryan.
Okay.
Dollars.
The dollar. That is
I
correct.
fucking hate everything.
That is
Finally
correct.
did it. I did it.
Fuck. Well, might as well play it out.
We're going to
anyway.
play it out. Number 9, Google Buzz was renamed as what social networking site in December 2011? Google Buzz was renamed as what social media networks?
Jim.
Go ahead.
Twitter.
No.
LinkedIn.
No. Google Plus.
Oh, that also makes sense.
And number 10, which Leonardo da Vinci painting was the subject of the Da Vinci Code?
Jim.
Yes.
Mona Lisa.
No.
I didn't fucking see it. I'm sorry, Matt.
The Starry Night
No.
thingy? I don't fucking know.
That wasn't.
That's Van Gogh.
Who did you say? Oh, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
I don't fucking know. The Van Gogh Code.
The Last Supper.
Oh, was it really?
It was the last.
Yeah, it has religious tie-ins.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I suck.
So final score: Ryan 5, Jim 2.
Jim,
Yikes. That was
Ryan,
scary.
stupid.
I did it.
you did.
Tim, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. I didn't think that would happen this soon. I'm proud of this.
And Jim?
You're a loser.
That's not true, Jim.
No.
You tried, and that's
I
what's
did
important.
lose.
Yeah, you actually
That
lost.
is actually factual this week.
Really?
I did lose
Oh,
this
I'm
week.
sorry to hear that.
Um,
Look at that. We still have 9 minutes to go.
we still have 9 minutes. AJ,
We got some stuff to plug.
we got some stuff to plug. I did have Styles was pulled from the match on Monday. Injury, but just banged up. Nothing for serious. He'll be fine.
Are we ready for Bray Wyatt to debut? Does this have to happen soon?
I mean, here's the thing. I'm still enjoying the Firefly Funhouse, but it's time. I think it's time to debut.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
I think you said it last week that you were ready for this, right?
Oh, you're such
I'm
a
losing
dick.
it now.
You're such a dick.
No, I'm not. It's WWE's putzing around, and they're going to try to keep me entertained with creepy kids and him doing the limbo and whatever.
You just have to let him in, Tim. You haven't let him in
Tim,
clearly.
just let him in, man.
I've aged out, man.
If you let him in, see, no. Did I just kill it? Did I kill you, Tim? Oh, come on.
Past my bedtime.
What a dick.
It's not my fault that it's boring. It's not boring. It's just like, how many other ways is Bray Wyatt going to be creepy? I'm sick of him being creepy. Just do something.
I do hope. I sincerely do
How
hope
about
he
you come out?
debuts on
How about you
Monday.
come out with the chainsaw and you actually cut a MFer in half?
I think that's...
How's that?
That's
Okay,
murder.
first of all, it's not Tournament of Death.
But it's Raw. It's the third hour of Raw. Anything can happen on the third hour of Raw. Cut somebody in
They did
half.
darken the lights again and
They
turn
sure
off
They
the...
did. They did not forget.
Yes, yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row.
Cut someone in half, Bray.
I don't.
Do it.
I don't think that's what.
Do it.
I mean, maybe we could get somebody like Dustin Thomas and like put mannequin legs on
Stop
him. And
it.
that's the only way you can cut somebody in half, Tim.
No.
It's not fucking magic. Like, they don't really cut people in half. That's also a work. The girl goes in a box and like pulls her legs up. They're like fake feet that hang out the bottom of the box.
What?
When you cut somebody in half. Yeah.
Right.
Magic is a work.
Work, 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 work.
Thank you, Rihanna.
I don't have a jacket to take off, or I would. I'm not taking my shirt off for nobody.
Those tigers were real. You have another one underneath there. I saw your gut hanging out.
Hey, stop it. You didn't see my gut. I have a shirt.
You got out of your car and your gut was hanging out. Your shirt gut. I saw it.
What?
Yeah. When
Here's
the
a
car
question
came
I
down the
thought I'd
road.
never
looking
hear.
at my gun.
Here's a question I thought I'd never hear. Colby asks, "Where's Mojo been?"
Who gives a shit?
I love it. Yeah, unfortunately, so Mojo, he was on Raw.
Sorry.
Oh no, Mojo was at the picnic or the cookout. He was at the cookout. He was at the Uso cookout. And
EC3 was there, looking about as much fun as John Moxley was having.
Oh, come on.
Where's Frank Boris on that one?
hey,
Frankie Frank.
I didn't even notice him in that.
What?
Frank the Tank.
Oh,
We're gonna go streaking. You're my boy Blue.
good stroking.
What a great song.
It's such a good song.
We should close the show with that song.
I think we did that. We did that once.
Did we close with Clarence
We did close
Carter?
with- yeah, we
just
did.
do it. Clarence Carter.
Oh shit! What a great song.
shit.
I feel like I've only was that
That
last
was the
year.
that was the first time
I introduced
ever-
James to that song last year for the first time in his entire life.
Yeah.
What a great
If you're
song.
gonna play it, I got to keep my headphones on while
What
I
a
go cut the mic.
dirty, filthy song.
It really is.
It's just the filthiest.
is perfect.
Tim, why don't you plug some stuff?
I would love to. At Not the Tool Man across all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, if you care. Yes, thank you, Clarence Carter. I stream video games 3 days a week, Wednesday, Fridays, Sundays on twitch.tv/NotTheToolMan. Please come by. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to a Twitch account and subscribe to me for free. It's no skin off your back and puts a little money in my pocket. So if you care, you're more than welcome to. Tomorrow, we are playing the Oregon Trail. Yes. We're going to use
dysentery.
Yes, we're going to use actual people in the chat room. So if you come by, we start at 7. I talk for a little bit, answer some questions, basically anything you want to ask me. I try to entertain a little bit. And then we jump into games around 8:30. So if you want to see old school Oregon Trail, come on by. And then other than that, I have a podcast that drops on Saturdays. I know we missed last week. We're going to double up. At Final Wrestling Place. Look for it wherever you go. Final Wrestling Place on Twitter. Final Place Pod.
I don't do any of that shit.
Matt, who is the Woman of the Week this week?
Woman of the Week this week is Steph DeLander, wrestler from Down Under. So if you're big into Australian wrestling where they spend dollars to go to wrestling shows, you can tune into our Instagram and give her a follow, give us a follow.
And where can people give you a follow?
You can follow me on Twitter. It's at 3CT, the letter A, Philly as in Philadelphia, and the number 8. It's a pretty subdued time of the year for me because the Phillies are doing well to keep me from getting ramped up. Sixers are done. Notre Dame hasn't started yet, so this is the calmest you'll see me throughout the year, folks. Well, I do have a baby coming in July, so get in when you can, because come July, I'll probably be a little on edge again.
Probably. All right, bud. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next week.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye, Machu.
Brian, where can...
you can follow me. It's at RYN Eagle. I like to just, I don't know, I guess I like to put transphobic folks on blast. That's what I've been doing lately, apparently.
It's fine. It's worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah, I'm trying to really, really tweet more from that page. I know you usually handle the duties of the 3 Count page. Sometimes it's Tim and nobody knows. Oh, we already killed your mic. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
By the way, Devin, it was me, Devin. It was me all along.
It was Tim. Yeah, I didn't do it. So, yeah, follow. Just make sure you're following us along. Again, everything there, 3countthursday.com. That's where I really want you to hang out. It's a fun little page.
Yeah, that's it. You can follow me at Big Jim Sports. But again, follow the show, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Do that. Also, pay attention to our home network, NGSC Sports, and the sponsors of the show and of the network. Alicia's Pillows and Things. If you're decorating your home, make sure you decorate with things that reflect your taste and your likes. Add decor that reflects your sports, movies, and TV fandom. Head to ngscsports.com. Find the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage and place your order. Also, the Ultimate Sports Channel is the best free streaming channel of sports, game-winning selections, and special features on Roku TV. If you're not like one of the 30 million people that use Roku, it is a convenient and cost-effective way to watch TV. Tons of free and featured channels. Visit Roku.com or pick up the system at a Best Buy, Walmart, Target, or many other retailers. Find this great channel by searching the Ultimate Sports Channel for the best free sports program, or visit awesometvchannel.com for more details. Until next week, folks, stay safe, stay smart, go for the pin, and go Blues.